Welcome back to Live Life with Jay. What's wrong with this girl? Hide under the. Where are you? Okay, so maybe I should have put some makeup on. This doesn't have no filters on it. All right, I'm ready. So many people don't understand whether to do saving first. Should I invest? Should I pay debt? Like, they're not sure. Welcome to Live Life with Jay. I'm Jay, and today I originally was going to talk about budget because I wanted to get into it. I wanted to teach y'all, but I am going to save it for next week. I want to be able to tell you what you do when you get to the end of your budget and you have money left over. Like, where does it go? And I can't do that in the other video if you don't understand what it means. Right? Okay. Many people don't understand whether to do saving first. Should I invest? Should I pay debt? Like, they're not sure. I have mentioned the tiniest steps is shifting our mind, right? Figuring out a plan. We have to budget. These are the tiniest things first. So, after you do the mindset shift, you have to be disciplined, right? You're telling your mind, I'm going to be disciplined. I'm doing this. I got this. I'm taking control now. I'm telling my money where it's going. And that's the point of the budget, which you will hear next week, right? So after you do your budget, and you need to know like everything you have left over. So the money that you have left over, you have to stick it to a starter fund, a starter emergency fund. And you're like, what? So the point of a starter emergency fund is just in case an emergency happens while you're trying to pay off your debt. Okay? So for example, I'm gonna give you an example. It's in my blog, Narvaez.com. I have a blog specifically about a starter emergency fund, my starter emergency fund. So when you first start your financially free journey, we have to get started on an emergency fund. And an emergency fund should be at least $500 up to $1,000. You may have a little more if you want. It depends on you. No judgment. If you make over $25,000, then your emergency fund should be at least $1,000. Anything under $25,000 a year should be $500. And it's called a starter because after your debt is paid off, then you start working on a 3 to 6 month emergency fund. But we're going to get to that a little later because I want to focus on the very, very basics, the tiniest steps that I was telling you about. So, it's mindset, budget, starter fund. Then you pay off your debt, except the mortgage. We see that towards the end. Then your 3 to 6 month emergency fund. It's that particular order. I'm just letting you know so you have an idea. But guess what happens after you get all these steps rolling? All right, you want to take a guess? Even if you do it, I can't hear you. But investing, paying off your mortgage, building wealth, giving. That's my favorite part, and I can't wait till I get there. But just an idea to show you that there is a light at the end of the tunnel. There is. So we're not there yet, right? We're not there to all those other fun things. But I just wanted to give you an idea, like a little rundown, a little overview, really quick. Obviously, it's not in much detail, but I just wanted to let you know and what that was about. Right now, we are going to focus on that extra money that is left over. If you have any, it goes to your emergency starter fund, okay? So that you can start attacking your debt. So what that means is, I'll give you another example. Let's say I am fully funded on my starter emergency fund. It's fully funded. I have my $1,000. I'm good. What's next? Paying off your debt. Okay, and I'll have another video of how to attack your debt properly. But I'm going into more detail. I'm in the middle of paying off my debt. I'm like rocking this. I'm like, oh snap! Pay, right? An emergency happens. Something again with my car, because it's always something with my car, right? It costs me $500. So, guess what? I don't have to borrow from anyone. I don't have to hit my credit card because I don't want to pay interest on anything. So I hit my starter emergency fund and I take that $500 and I pay my car, and boom, that was stress-free. Just knowing that I had that money there was stress-free and I didn't have to borrow it, and good. And yes, it was a great feeling. Trust me, it was, because it happened a few times. So now I put my debt on pause and I rebuild my emergency fund. And I get it back up to 1,000. And when I get it back up to 1,000, then I go back to my debt. And that's how that works. Obviously, there may be some instances that it's maybe more than 1,000. I can't even tell you if that's gonna happen, right? We don't know. I don't know if you ever heard of Murphy's Law, but Murphy's Law says if you expect things to go wrong, it will go wrong. It's something like that. I will find the direct quote. But it happens. It happens. Like, it absolutely happens. And I didn't want to expect anything to go wrong. So it happened a couple times, and guess what? That emergency fund stood there. It's still there. It's staying there. I haven't needed it. I haven't touched it. My husband says it's crazy how when you have the money in there, how much emergencies really happen, because it didn't happen that much. But it's good to have it. That's like a little security blanket. And to be honest, when I got to that point, I told you I'm recording. And to be honest, when we got to the point where we were now more comfortable, we're handling our money, we're telling, oh yeah, I run you now, you're going here when I tell you to go there, you're going here when I tell you to go there. And we had our emergency there. For some reason, we were like, I'm not comfortable no more just to have $1,000. Let's do $1,500. And we did. But I wouldn't recommend to go too high, because that extra money needs to go to your debt so you can pay it down. I just wanted really to give you like a little rundown of how kind of the steps we're going to be working on. But today what's most important is to tell you what is an emergency starter fund. Because next week I'm going to be talking to you about debt, and then I'm going to be saying, oh, here's money you got left over, put it to your emergency starter fund. And you're just like, what is she talking about? So I just wanted to give you an idea of what that means. And that's pretty much it. So guys, I apologize if you did expect the budget video. If I mentioned it last week, I'm not sure. I'm sorry. But you understand what emergency starter fund is. If you still have questions or comments, leave them down below and I will be gladly to answer you. Visit my website at jnarvaez.com. You can also contact me there. Subscribe to my video, like my video, hit that bell for notifications, and share my video, guys. Love y'all. Thanks for watching.